Hello guys, welcome to Test Pro channel. Today we have another interview with our successful student. Her name is Anna. Anna, thank you for joining this interview. And just to get started, can you tell a little bit about your background? What did you do before you became software tester, and why you decided to become a QA engineer?
Hello guys, my name is Anna, like Azad said, and before I became the tester, I was a preschool teacher, and I have degree in teaching, and also I have a business, cleaning business, where I clean the offices, and I do some interpreting for the medical in the medical field in the office. So that's what I've been doing for the past 5 years.
Wow, interesting. So not technical background though.
No, I don't have a technical background.
I see. And why you decided to become a software tester?
I decided to become a tester when I saw the ad of a Test Pro education, and I decided to try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Always liked to work with different apps and programs, and I didn't know that profession of a tester existed.
Mm-hmm.
So when I found out that it does exist, then I thought to myself, I can try it out because I'm pretty good with computers.
Mm-hmm.
So I probably can do it.
Yep, and you don't need to learn like programming languages, right? So it's usually like easier to start as a software tester than become a programmer.
Yeah, the biggest plus is that you don't have to learn the language, and because you don't have to learn the language, it gives you a possibility to get your foot in the IT and be in the IT field.
Yep, I agree. Okay, Anna, and so you start to so you joined Test Pro Bootcamp, and without technical background, like was it hard for you to learn software testing? And can you tell a little bit more, how was the process of study? Like, was it hard for you? Was it easy? Like, can you a little bit more elaborate your like experience with bootcamp?
So my experience with the bootcamp itself, it was pretty good. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the classes. I definitely had some things that I didn't understood first, mm-hmm. but I had to take time to put everything on the shelves in my mind because it was a little messy after such a huge amount of information. Mm-hmm. There's nothing there's nothing hard. There's nothing really so hard that you cannot learn. Everything is learnable if you want to learn.
Mm-hmm. So basically, like if you have experience using applications, if you are like a strong user, it shouldn't be like difficult for you to start to learn software testing, right? From a technical perspective.
Yes, if you use your phone on a daily basis, opening the apps, then definitely it's not going to be something like building a rocket.
Mm-hmm. Not a rocket science, right?
No, it's not rocket science.
Yep. Okay, and so after you finish a bootcamp, right? So you start to apply for QA positions. And can you tell us a little bit more about your job search experience? Like how long it took you to get your job, like how many interviews you've had, and what kind of questions you've been asked on the interviews?
So I started to give out my resumes or apply to jobs 2 weeks or 1.5 weeks before the end of the bootcamp. Mm-hmm. And I applied to the jobs that fit the description. So I pull up the description, I read it, and if it fits me, I know exactly what they're talking about, I will apply. So I feel confident that I know the stuff they want. Mm. And I applied in all of the states just to get the interview. That was the goal, just to get the phone interview. Mm-hmm. And I applied to it depended on the market. Sometimes I applied for 5 jobs. Sometimes I applied for only one because it's only one new one that came up on search. But it was different every time. It was not a specific number that I tried to accomplish, but I tried every day. I will pull up the search. I will put in the search the job title. I will look all of the positions, and I look at the different positions and the descriptions, and that's how I applied.
Cool. And so how long it took you to get your first job?
Yes, it took me a month. I got the offer. So after 1 month of applying and getting the interviews, and I didn't get too much. I got, I think it was 5. The phone screening, phone interviews.
Yeah, I can tell it's like. 5. Yeah, sorry for interrupting. Yeah, I just wanted to add, like, it's like 1 month. It's usually pretty fast because in average, it usually takes like 2 months, I would say, like in average, because sometimes like the process in the tech companies, they're like, it's a little bit slow. And if you apply for a position, they can only call you back after a couple of weeks because their HR process is a little bit slow. So cool. And yeah, congratulations on your offer.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what kind of questions you've been asked on these interviews?
So I will tell you the questions from all the different kinds of interviews because I don't remember for this job which ones were asked because it's been already almost a month. So what questions I've been asked? Always they asked me, tell me about yourself. So be prepared for that. What project did you work on? The other question was, how do you deal with stress? Then the question would be, how did you find out about our company? What do you know about our company? Why do you want to join our company? What is your team? How many QAs you have? Do you lead? How do you learn new things? Always they ask, what is your desirable salary? So be prepared to answer that.
So what was your like, did you have like specific number in mind, like when they ask about the salary, or you just said, or like, how did you answer this question?
I had a specific number of overall. I asked for 30 an hour. It's about 65 a year, 60,000 a year. Something between that. So 60, 65, well, just have a number, some number. Maybe lower than the market, maybe in the middle, but something.
Yeah, I mean, they usually ask that because every recruiter or every HR manager, they have a specific budget for these positions, and they want to find out like what is your expectations, right? Because if you are a good candidate, but if you like, I mean, if your desired salary much more that they can offer, they don't want to like spend your time or their time because they cannot offer it, right? So they just want to know like what that, like if you are within their budget. And you actually can do a trick a little bit. So you can actually ask them like, hey, I don't have like specific number, but what is your budget for this position? And usually they can tell like, hey, we can offer like between like 60K or 80K per year, right? And you can just say, yeah, it's kind of in this range. Or you can just say like specific number as you did, and then play around with that, because usually it's a bad time to negotiate about your salary in the beginning, like when you have a first call, because if you ask too much, they can just say, okay, you're not, I mean, we cannot offer it, right? Bye. But if you got a job offer, you can actually start to negotiate because they already spent time on it. They already know like you're a good QA engineer, you're a good person, and they're already mentally prepared to hire you. And in this stage, you can say like, hey guys, like it's a good offer, but like, can you offer me like let's, for example, a 10K more, right? Because like I have another interview where they offer me like not 65 but like 75, right? And they won't reject an offer if you will request more. They won't tell you, no, we're not going to give you offer. They can just tell you, I'm sorry, but we can't offer you that much, right? That's the highest that we can offer you. And you can, I mean, you can accept it or you can deny it, because like many people, they're scared to negotiate offers, and they just accepting like anything that they will offer. But yeah, just a quick note here.
The interesting thing that happened to me at this work is when they called, I said my number and they said, well, it's too much. And I said, well, then what can you offer? And they said the number. And I wasn't really excited about the number. And I actually hung up. I didn't talk to them. And then I talked to my husband and he said, you better get this job. You need to call them back. And I called them back and I said, well, I thought and I want to try out. I want to go to interviews. So, and that's what happened to me. It's so funny.
Interesting. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I mean, you see, like even you reject it and you can say, like, okay, I changed my mind. Like, so guys, don't worry. Like, to, I mean, it's always to try to check if they can if you can get more, but if not, I mean, you can always proceed. So it's not a problem at all. Cool. Okay, Anna. So you became a software tester, right? And how is your experience so far? Do you like it? Do you have like any regrets, like why I've become a software tester or something like that?
I don't have regrets of taking the classes. The boot camp was really awesome and it really prepared you for the interview and for the job. Not just interview, but when you get to the job, you already know the stuff. Yes, you have to learn some things, but you have a base from what to start with. So it really, really prepares you. So I really encourage people to, if you're thinking to get to the IT field, then this is a great bootcamp that will prepare you.
Cool, but like, what is your experience like to working as a software tester? Do you like a job, or I mean, you feel okay, it's not what I really enjoy to do every day?
I love my job. I tell everybody that I love my job because it's not really hard. It's just not really hard. And in a sprint, in that kind of workflow, in the beginning of the sprint, you don't usually have a lot of work. So you just learn, you do some things, but you still get paid. So, and at the like middle till the end, you will get some things done, but it's not like overpiling you or something. Maybe it's different company to company. In my experience, I am not over my head with things. I want to get stuff done. Like I'm waiting for them to give me something to do. So I really enjoy my work, and it's been 3 weeks, no more. It's almost 4 weeks, and it's been like 2 days. I really enjoyed it.
Cool. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you actually. So I have some friends who work as appliance engineers or as a mechanics, and I understand that they can work in a tech, right? They can work in as a software testers, but they won't like it because they don't like to work in front of computers. They like to work with their hands, right? So that's why like tech career maybe not fit for everyone. I mean, I'm just saying like not everyone may enjoy it. Okay, Anna, and my last question would be, what can you recommend for those people who are working like not in a tech field, not in a like, I mean, they don't do like any technical, right? They don't have any computer science degrees, they don't have any tech background, and they're thinking, okay, should we start to study and to work as a software testers, or should we not? Would it be like complicated or not? Like, what can you recommend for those people?
I recommend that if you want to work in IT field, you definitely can. And the tester job is not really hard to understand and learn. So it's definitely an opportunity to start up your work in IT. So it's a great job to start if you want to work with computers, be in the office, or maybe at home. Right now, there's a lot of testers that work from home. And that's a great opportunity for moms or other people that would like to work from home. And they definitely can do it.
Yep. So you feel like it's still, they still should try, right? So they can do that. Even if you don't have a technical background, you still can do software testing job.
Yes. If you don't have a technical background, you can still do it as long as you put your mind in it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, Anna. And my next question, what can you recommend for those people who already passed the bootcamp, but they are scared to go to the job market because they think, okay, this is not a good time to look for a job because of all this pandemic thing, or they're thinking, I can't find a job as a manual QA because everyone requires automation. So what can you recommend for those people?
I recommend to the people, if you already finished the bootcamp, you know everything that you need to know to enter the job market. So don't be scared, just go and apply. The longer you're not applying, the more scared you are. So just go and apply because you know the stuff. Don't think that, man, I don't know this. Like I'm not sure if I know. And I did it myself too. I thought to myself, man, I didn't learn that. And I'm not sure if I know that, but I applied. And that's okay if you didn't get an offer after the first interview. It's really rare. Just in bootcamp really prepares you for the work market. And if you hear that the manual tester job is not available or it's not coming up to the market, it's not true. It is. And there's a lot of work that manual does and automation cannot do. So there is work there. You just have to apply. You just have to put some time in it, some effort in it, and you will find work. So don't get discouraged that there's not a lot of work that not require automation. And another trick is that when they write the description, they will say like, it would nice if you know the automation, but it's nice that you know the automation, but it's not required. So don't think that if it says automation on a description that you have to know it. So just apply, and you will find the job.
I can tell you more on that. So they can put it as a required automation, but the position won't be about automation at all. And more than that, I have a friend. He used to work as a manual QA, but then he learned automation and he started to apply for automation positions only. And he got an offer as a QA automation engineer, but once he started to work as a manual QA. He said like, okay, what's the deal? Like I wanted to do automation, but I'm still doing manually. And he quit this job. He applied again, and his another job. It was pure automation, like 100% automation engineer role, but he still did manual testing. And it's like opposite situation when you look for automation, but everything is about manual testing. So don't be scared if it says automation engineer. It may not be, you may not do automation at all. So they just put it as Anna said, nice to have. But if you don't have automation, still apply, still try, and you will figure out talking to your hiring manager, like if it's really required or not. Okay, Anna, thank you so much for this interview. Like I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys will get inspired and get motivated, and you will find your job soon. And if you're thinking about become a QA engineer, I'm gonna put a link in the description where you can sign up for a free week. I mean, it's a free week, no obligations. If you like it, you will continue. If you won't like it, you don't have to pay like anything to us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anna, for this interview. Bye, guys.